So what is Vore? That's the question that we wanted to ask. We found out that Vore is actually a sexual fetish in which people get arousal by the fact that they like to enjoy eating each other or being eaten by other people. So we traveled to this place called Erebus Sandbox, which is supposedly supposed to be Vore Island. And John, Kyle, and I ran into a group of these animal characters, which they call themselves furries. Yeah.
Yes.
And we thought that they would be into Vore, so John went right ahead and just dove right in and just asked them, "Hey, are you guys into Vore?"
Which you will see a little bit. But as you can see, they were very open and willing to help us out, knowing that we were making a presentation for class. So let's begin and see. So as Kevin mentioned, I went ahead and just asked them straight up. However, we realized that they were not personally into Vore, apparently. Little failure, but it didn't end up terribly, as you will now see. Apparently, one of the individuals was quite intellectual and did carry out an intelligent conversation with us and explain the dynamics of what Vore actually was.
They talked about having friends that were into it. So the one guy was kind of, I guess, experienced it, and he had some friends in Second Life who knew, what it was, and I guess partaked in more events, which is what we were hoping to see. But I guess this was the next best thing. And then there were two other people that were with them that were kind of talking about it, and they were quite fond of you, Kyle, as Mr. Fox over there.
I unfortunately had a Fox avatar that I've been using throughout class, and
Now you know who the Flying Fox is,
Yeah.
in case anybody was wondering.
But for this study it worked out well because they were very accepting of us asking them questions.
Here's where we asked if he or she were not actually entirely sure. That did not come up during
can't really
the
tell.
conversation with a furry. However, he did know, or she did know, some people that were into Vore and was able to provide some insight into it. So, first question we asked was just in general, can you elaborate more about what Vore was, or Vorophilia?
And one of the things that we learned right off the bat was there was actually two kinds, which I didn't know. I thought there was only one kind, and so he tells us about the two different kinds where in both there's the dominant person and there's the submissive person, who one gets eaten and one does the eating, which he called the predator and the prey.
Right, and then this comes into play with the complex of control, so that somebody wants control and then somebody wants to lose control. Okay, so yeah, there was hard Vore and soft Vore. Hard Vore being the more extreme, soft Vore being, as he or she described, was the more passionate of the two. Okay, so then now we learned a little bit about furries. Oh, so one interesting thing I asked them was there was an issue of control. Why wouldn't certain real life activities be enough?
So he told us basically that it's basically just a form of expression, and when they come on Second Life, they get to express themselves. And he described it as kind of like being an art form almost, and that's how they come on Second Life and they can express this, because he even stated, and we thought it was kind of funny. He goes, unless people actually want to eat themselves or eat others in real life, that which makes them cannibals, you're not really going to find that in real life. So you have to do that on like an online kind of virtual world, and Second Life is like the perfect example.
Right, so here she was just equating it to such things as pornography. It's just, I guess, another way to get your fix.
As we described in the beginning, and as the guy told us, it's a sexual fetish, that really deals with dominance and control and everything like that. So, equating it to pornography is no stretch whatsoever, really. Oh, and we thought it was funny when the guy basically just tells us that he's like, yeah, I'm not into Vore, but I'm into bondage and everything like that, so I can relate.
Yeah, that was quite a little bit of a surprise for us. And then we also quickly questioned him, or he or she, about just how public it is. apparently it is not very well known, and doing a Google image search for a Vore apparently yields very little results,
Even with safe
Safe
search
search off.
Yeah.
It's very hard to locate depictions of the actual activity.
Not only that, but this is we've actually tried several times to really get in and go on this island and see a bunch of people in the act of doing it. And every time that we went in, we were completely unsuccessful. Our most successful time was when we actually got this guy to basically tell us all about it. And he was very helpful in that fact. So the best we were ever going to get really in terms of Vore was talking to these guys about it.
Right. Well, there you go. That's what we learned about Vore.
And thankfully, everyone was helpful on the island.
Nobody got eaten, or I guess that's a good thing. But in terms of this video, probably not so good.